Good morning, scholars. It is Wednesday, April 8th. Today we're going to be doing lesson 17. Today is a quiz. You're going to be working on this on your own. It's not a verse quiz, it's just the quiz about the plot line. Today is your last day doing a plot line and doing the holiday rainbow character. So do your best, guys. Give it your all. You can do this. Tomorrow's going to be your verse quiz, and then there's no school Friday, and then you have spring break. So push through. Work really, really hard. Before we begin and dive into Pilate, I just want to show you your verse. Remember, your quiz is tomorrow. Watch this video and let's practice. Here we go.
Go. S-S-L-U-S, and it will be given to you, seeking you will find. Seeking you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you, for everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, it will be open. And to the one who knocks, it will be open.
Awesome. Make sure you guys practice that, just the first half of this verse. Make sure you practice it, and then tomorrow you're going to take your quiz. All right, don't forget to fill in the missing blanks right here. It says complete the pattern statement below. Just write, it says only write the 4 missing words. So circumstances can influence people and events producing change. You're going to take this plot line, you're going to complete it, and it's going to be a quiz grade, which is 40% of your grade. So make sure you do a complete job. You're going to use a text that's much shorter today. It's Luke 23, 1-25. And I'm going to read it for you so that you can hear about it. Before I read it, the main character today is going to be Pilate. That is the one that you're going to write a plot line about. You're going to write the problem or goal, the setting, the main characters. Your main character focus is Pilate. You're going to write your events. You're going to get to your climax, your resolution. If there's a denouement, you're going to write it. Then you're going to write how the plot builds, same text. Character influences, same text. And then how the character is influenced. This is a quiz grade, not the verse, just the text, plot, and character part. Remember, this is your last time doing it. Do a really good job. Okay, here's the text. It goes like this. It's Luke 23, 1-25. By the way, this is not a pilot as in like this type of pilot. So, by the way, that is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you sports fans. You might need this for your exit ticket, too. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, you probably all know this, a super famous basketball player. This is in a movie he was in once. He's not really a pilot. But you pronounce Pilate's name the same way that you would pronounce a pilot. It's spelled differently, though. All right, here we go. It goes like this. Then the whole company of them arose and brought him, that is Jesus, before Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, "We found this man misleading our nation and forbidding us to give tribute to Caesar, and saying that he himself is Christ, a king." And Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And he answered him, "You have said so." Then Pilate said to the chief priests and crowds, "I find no guilt in this man." But they were urgent, saying, "He stirs up the people, teaching throughout all Judea, from Galilee even to this place." When Pilate heard this, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. When he learned that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, or his authority, he sent him over to Herod, who was himself in Jerusalem at that time. When Herod saw Jesus, he was very glad, for he had long desired to see him, because he had heard about him, and he was hoping to see some sign done by him. So he questioned him at some length, but he made no answer. The chief priests and the scribes stood by, vehemently accusing him, and Herod with his soldiers treated him with contempt and mocked him. Then, arraying him in splendid clothing, he sent him back to Pilate. And Herod and Pilate became friends with each other that very day, for before this they had been at enmity with each other. Enmity sounds like enemy. Verse 13. Pilate then called together the chief priests and the rulers and the people, and said to them, "You brought me this man as one who is misleading the people. And after examining him before you, behold, I did not find this man guilty of any of your charges against him. Neither did Herod, for he sent him back to us. Look, nothing deserving death has been done by him. I will therefore punish and release him." But they all cried out together, "Away with this man, and release to us Barabbas," a man who had been thrown into prison for an insurrection started in the city and for murder. Pilate addressed them once more, desiring to release Jesus, but they kept shouting, "Crucify, crucify him." A third time he said to them, "Why? What evil has he done? I found in him no guilt deserving death. I will therefore punish and release him. But they were urgent, demanding with loud cries that he should be crucified, and their voices prevailed. So Pilate decided that their demand should be granted. He released the man who had been thrown into prison for insurrection and murder, for whom they asked, but he delivered Jesus over to their will. Scholars, do your best. Remember, it's a quiz grade. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.